The reviews are out. Let's talk about them. I think if I put them all together and summarize them, I can come up with a Fisker Ocean review. Big reviewers have access to, well, first of all, the car. Also, drones and cameras and crews and gimbals and all the other things that make filming a car look a lot better. I'll just use your comments, some of the new info they shared, and the press kit, which I'm sure most of them did not read. But you know me, I read all of it. My last video, I shared what I learned from the Autocar review, and I'll just let a commenter describe the rest of it. The Autocar review wasn't a review at all. Well put, but Fully Charged did it. They folded the seats all the way flat, and they actually are all the way flat. They also found a surfer, and then, in order, it's a stroking of an intro, followed by a history of Henrik Fisker. Did you see that text appear? I don't have the budget for all that text. Hey, wait a minute. You're not supposed to... Oh no.
Staggering value for money.
Fully Charged always does a good job of hyping up the vehicle, no matter what it is. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
There is a lot of value in the Fisker Ocean, and since these reviews are out, we might as well take some time to fall back in love with the reason why we reserved it in the first place. And a lot of us did that for value, for sure. And the Ocean 1 and Extreme are packed with features. And for the money, you really can't do a lot better. The Fisker Ocean Ultra is the best all-wheel drive for the money outside of Tesla. And the Fisker Ocean Sport is indisputably the best looking vehicle under 40,000 US. For sure. That's the good news. Sorry, I have to say that out loud because now I've got some fast-fingered people in the comments who are,
Psst. Hey, those people have already clicked off. They're not watching anymore.
oh, really? They missed some good news. Anyway, the bad news comes from the press kit, which has confirmed some things I was suspicious of, and it states that the only available packages either included or over the air for the Fisker Ocean Sport and Ultra are the Winter Package and the Performance Package. That means Intelligent Pilot and the Ultimate Package and all the features that come along with it. Integrated Drive Assist, which is adaptive cruise control, the rotating screen, and many other things are just not available on the lower trims anymore at all. And that's disappointing, especially since many of us are locked into a trim because of the Inflation Reduction Act and the changes that took place in August of 2022. It was disappointing when we found out it was $5,000 to add the packages, but now we just can't get them at all. And if we upgrade to the Extreme to have access to the features, there's a chance we could lose that tax credit. So, value for money? Yes. Competitive compared to a $25,000 Civic as far as features? Not necessarily. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments as far as Intelligent Pilot and the Ultimate Package not being available. Bridgestone Alenza Sport tires are the all-season tire featured in the US and Canada. The Potenza Sport summer tire is the factory tire in Europe. The 20-inch tires come with Bridgestone's Enlightened technology to reduce weight and rolling resistance. But I'll let Fully Charged tell you the technical bits about the tires.
But a nice bit of squish there.
Props for the 1 second look at the CCS port, and 3 seconds for the outside of the AC port, which they don't use. But just when you thought Fully Charged had fully left the planet, with of their last reviews being about cars that don't exist and probably never will, they bring back the British charm with a statistical breakdown of the Fisker Ocean Sport and some stats that we've never seen. For example, the battery is 75 kilowatt hours usable. That's the first time I've ever seen this published. It's not even in the press kit. That's 273 miles on the WLTP, also the first time I've ever seen that. Translate that to EPA, which is about 22% less, and you end up with 224 miles on the EPA scale. For the interior, not a lot of news here, but Jack sums it up like Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond had a very tall baby.
Rugged, chunky, effective, easy to use, easy to clean.
And we get this tidbit.
When I'm driving, I'm slightly banging it with my knee and it moves a bit, and that makes me a bit nervous.
And he drives it home at the end.
And just effective and chunky.
And then we drive.
It's nice and squishy.
They're honest about the horsepower and the boosts.
They've really tuned it for comfort and squashiness, and the result is a lovely, comfortable ride. We've got 3 driving modes.
Let's talk about those. Another tidbit mentioned by Fully Charged and confirmed in the press kit is that during hard acceleration in Earth mode, the Ocean will switch from front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. I had a question about this, and they asked if they would have access to all the horsepower in Earth mode. Turns out if you stomp it, you get all-wheel drive, which does access a lot more of the horsepower. But it sounds like to me the place to be is fun mode, because in fun mode, if you stomp it, it actually turns to hyper mode for you. So you get a little bit of medium regen, and then when you really want the power, you don't have to change modes to get it. it. All this functionality is available on the Ultra, but you'll need the performance package to boost. And there is a performance package that adds hyper mode on the Sport, but as we all know, that's still around 7 seconds to 60. I just want to throw this in too. On the Sport model, seat, mirror, and steering wheel memory are not something you get. Also no subwoofer. So the fully charged review, as always, was well put together and did contain information I've never seen before. Hats off to you, Jack, even though the 6-footer I featured in a video was an inch taller and a year earlier.
6'6".
Shout out to Brian. I had a commenter ask about this, and the Solar Orange is not gone. It just won't return until 2024. I don't know what that means as far as those of us who are kind of in limbo as to whether our car will show up in 2024 or not, but Solar Orange will be an option again at some time. Even though if you had it selected for a 1 or an Extreme, it just kicked it over to black, unless you went in and changed it to something else. In a recent video on a small channel that does have a Fisker Ocean, they took it to the charger, and they did show the charge port opening as well as the gauge cluster screen and the main screen and what that looks like when you're charging. I'll link the video below. Those of you that have a Fisker Ocean, drive it till it only has 10% battery, take it to the highest speed charger you can find, set your max to 80, plug it in, and let it run all the way to 80. Let's see what the Fisker Ocean predicts as far as the amount of time it will take, and compare that to the amount of time it actually takes. I would love to see that test. Thanks in advance. Let me know what charging info you're interested in down in the comments. There's a lot of stuff coming in 2024. Let's go through that. Delivery is available at a regional event, your home, or a Fisker Center location if there's one near you. Those pop-up events actually have 3 tiers of education you can get when you take delivery of your vehicle. A 5-minute quick run-through, a 20-minute get-to-know your Ocean orientation, or if you'd like, a 40-minute show-me-everything deep dive. The power bank option is slated for 2024, and of course, Intelligent Pilot and all the features that come along with it is not supposed to be done until 2024. So really, a complete Ocean is not available for anyone until Q4 of this year and really 2024, you'd have to guess, with all the delays Fisker's already experienced. And I know I'm beating a dead horse when it comes to one-pedal driving, but if you're used to it, it's just like losing a feature when you buy a new car. My old car had this feature, my new car doesn't. I've had a car that had regen but not one-pedal driving, and I've had a car that does have one-pedal driving, and this anticipating your stops part just requires more action from you. Can you get your favorite coffee cheaper than Starbucks? Yes, but you lose the convenience. And thank you for watching the video up to this point. Since you've made it this far, here's a Fisker on a trailer as a bonus. Oh, and other reviews, it looks like Auto Express got a crack at the Ocean, but no new information except they renamed the taco tray.
So you can sit and put your takeaway there. Could it be a takeaway tray? Well, we're very British, aren't we? I call it a fish and chip flap. So you have a fish and chip flap that just folds out from the armrest.
Just wonderful. Also, Fisker has released some instructional videos about certain features on the Ocean, and I'll summarize all those here.
To engage Hollywood mode, press and hold the Hollywood mode button located in the center of the button bar for 3 seconds. If the steering wheel is in the way of the rotation, the steering wheel will move forward before the screen begins to rotate. Once Hollywood mode is enabled, the vehicle will stay awake for 90 minutes. Press the brake pedal for 2 seconds to put the car in ready mode. This button is where you can select through the different modes. To open and close the tailgate, press and hold the trunk open button on your key fob. To customize tailgate height, manually adjust the tailgate to your desired height. Once the tailgate is in place, press and hold down the trunk button for 5 seconds. Release, and press once more to activate tailgate to close. If you are unsure how to open the charge door, make sure the vehicle is unlocked. Press on the right side of the charge port door. Now you are ready to charge your Fisker Ocean.
Oh, and Fisker Product Vision Day 2023. If you'd like my take, I saved it till the end. You can watch my video in the description. I think the Fisker Ronin is a non-starter as far as the impact it will have on the car industry. It is good looking, but if it's going to be hand-built and very limited, how are you able to reserve 2? The Force E Ocean looks amazing. Let's put $1 on it. I'm thinking $30,000 US for the upgrade. Let me know your guess in the comments for how much the upgrade will cost. The Fisker Pear is definitely good looking for what it is, but I'm disappointed in the rear hatch. I'll let my Canadians finish that thought in the comments. And the Fisker Alaska is a good-looking truck. However, it did look like the Houdini apparatus was made out of cardboard. Let's hope that's a prototype thing. Let me know your thoughts on the Vision Day down in the comments below. I had this question from a viewer. Do you think Fisker will wait till 2024 when the software is complete to deliver their vehicles? Probably not. I don't think they can afford to wait, or they will become financially insolvent. Do you think Fisker would give back the $5,000 for those wanting to cancel? I know people have canceled. They definitely did not get their $5,000 back. Another issue with financial insolvency, I don't think they have it to give back. Finally, why couldn't Fisker obtain a special low interest rate for the owners like I see being advertised for gas cars? Because Fisker doesn't operate within a dealership model, so the network of middlemen facilitating these types of changes does not exist. They have floor plans to uphold and can manipulate the price in other ways to avoid actually receiving less profit. Interest rate, trade-in value, sticker price itself, accessories, service discounts, and much, much more. This is often explained as the Foursquare, or trade-in, sticker price, down payment, and monthly payment. And I promise that bonus interest rate comes with a long list of terms and exclusions. None of this applies to Fisker. The price is locked in, there is no dealership. Also, interest rates are exceedingly high right now. Go back to 2018, 2019, you could find 0 down, 0% loans. Those don't exist right now. Hope that answers your question. Is the Fisker Ocean ready for delivery? Find out what I think right here. You can check out a road trip right here, and YouTube thinks you should watch this one. Subscribe for more. See you next time.